Alright, praise the Lord, it actually worked. So, today our player number 1 is the blue Persian player. We got the TheAce9 actually starting out on these boards that he's leashing towards the town centre. Doubling up as a berry bush storehouse, so very nice play from him. Greeky straight onto the hunt as the Babylonian. Onto a second ox cart already as well. Ace opening with a much more greedy opening here, with the barracks on the way. Unable to actually leash that second boar, unfortunately, because that would have been a big amount of value for him. Only getting 500 food out of this hunt right now. At the same time, he can go on the berry bush quite easily, but he might opt to just go for another hunt down here, throw down another storehouse over here, because he can get the wood from over here as well. So got to see how this decision pans out for him. Greeky obviously going to be a bit slow with getting everything going because he doesn't have that barracks up yet. In fact, a third ox cart on the way, so he wants to commit to a greedy build today. He wants to get that second town centre up immediately, but the ace, well, he's got other plans right now. A bit of villager, scout on scout fighting there. Ace's scout a little bit lower, so Greeky can actually bully Ace's scout because he's got an extra 200 health on his. But Ace managing to get away, gonna try and scout out what Greeky's doing. Because if he realizes he's playing this greedy, he can try pushing straight over as quickly as possible with the barracks. With the spire bar he gets from those. Ace just now having to get on the gold. He doesn't need to gather a huge amount because the spire is only 10 gold a piece. But this boar's going to finish up, so Ace is going to need to get... He has got another storehouse here on the hunt, but he hasn't got a wood storehouse yet. This is pretty strange. He's actually distance gathering off this tree. Having 3 villagers to force up that quick house. Moving out with the Sparrowbara. And he wants to put the pressure on Greeky, who's moved off the hunt here. He isn't actually gathering any food at the moment, but will be again soon. But he's going to be interrupted again somewhere here. Ace spotting the ziggurat and going straight onto it with the villagers, with the 4 sparrows, deciding instead he'll pick off one of these villagers and make it much easier to... In fact, he can try and snipe. Yeah, Greeky getting out just in time. Getting the low villager now. There's a nice micro there from Greeky, so getting the age to not a huge amount of damage done by Ace. But he hasn't lost a great deal either. He's got the spire bar out already, he's got the barracks already. His age 2 won't be far off. He just needs to get the stone for his second town centre as well. He's been distance gathering quite a bit, but because he's dealt a little bit of time in the form of just unit gathering time, a little bit of damage, yeah, he's getting some value out of this. Again, more workers having to pull back, do a bit of a dance. So Greeky being a bit locked up here, hasn't got the second town centre just yet, so every second Ace can delay him right now is second he's buying himself. All these villagers once again dancing around, not heading straight to the town centre, not being allowed to gather. So he's getting a little bit of value out of this Ace, but Greeky once again saving that villager really nicely. They're very quick reaction speed. And Greeky is going to have the villagers to get this town centre up. Going to be careful to try and keep as many villagers alive here, but Ace is going to try and chip away at the low ones. Focus 1 or 2 down here. Ace still in age 1 at this point. So the Sparrow count down to 2. Greeky up to 19 villagers. Ace on 22, so he's bought himself 3 villagers. But at the same time, Ace actually hasn't really done much. He's down in age. 23 villages to 20. He's not really ahead at all. Not an immense amount of value being gotten out of that harass there. And he's still got to get the age up, so that 3 villager lead he's got will be wiped out. And on top of that, Greeky already has the second town center. Greeky old Greeky. Greedy old Greeky. Greeky old Greedy. Already has the second town center up. Doesn't need to get an ox cart or 2 ox carts onto these berries. Town center actually blocks up this whole side. And look at this, it's got the double damage here, so 24 DPS per TC. As long as they're chipping away at the same spire, it's only going to last about 10 seconds. Actually about 12 with the armor. No, only about 5 seconds and about, yeah, 7 with the armor, sorry. But Ace has a lot of spire here. And Greeky has still not got any production facilities up yet. Forcing up a range with 5 villages, so Ace has a lot of spire in the mix now. He's got 7 there. 2 barracks. So the 2 racks production. Gonna slow Ace down and getting a lot of tech out, but it's gonna mean that he also has a lot able to reinforce here. So Greeky having to spend a lot of villager gathering time to get these spire kills, and Ace continuing to gather up behind this. Getting his second town center down now himself. So Ace looking at pulling ahead on the score now. And this heavy spire bar opening is really faring him well right now because Greeky has 14 villagers and 2 ox carts not gathering. They're being used as fighting units. So Greeky, his early villager advantage of 3 really being minimized there because he's having to spend all this time gathering. He's getting a lot more food than he probably would have liked to. Need to get a couple more other resources. He's going to be able to get an easy pharmacology, but at the same time, that's such a heavy food bank. He needs a little bit more gold to get other units out, a little bit more wood, because he's gone for the range first, and he wants to get other production facilities. And Ace has the 2 racks, has the stables as well, so if he gets some spearmen in the mix, he can deal with the lancers. If he gets that many spire and hits before the bowmen get out in a good critical mass, he can overwhelm Greeky again, and he can get some Asabara in the mix to really work away at the bowmen. But yeah, Spearman Asabara would be the right following up here for Ace. I think he's going to pull it off. He's going to interrupt this house going up for Greeky, so that's going to be good as well. Greeky not going to be able to queue up any units, so that's going to be big for Ace. He's going to have to try and force up more houses. Another one finishing up over here, but Ace has moved in with that many units. There's only a handful of bowmen here, and a couple of them have already fallen, so Ace is really forcing Greeky to have to defend with everything he's got. Lancer coming up now, but there's 6 spires. There's 2 Asabara in the mix as well. So Ace seems to have all the momentum, all the pressure, all the map control at the moment, even taking this fairly greedy mid-map hunt right now. So he knows he can get away with that because he's applying just the right amount of pressure here. He's macroing up pretty well behind this. Probably going to cut a couple of these villages out, get a couple more units out because he's got so many production facilities. That's it. Attaboy. And Ace just is really working down Greeky now. There's some good production facilities here for Greeky, but he's been denied the chance to gather all the food and all the gold he needs. Ace is really doing a good job at that, and he's working down one of these houses, trying to chase down this Lancer as well, because he knows if he can minimize the opportunity for Greeky to build up a critical mass of either Lancers or bowmen, then his villages are just easy pickings right now. A couple of low villagers fleeing for their lives, along with a low ox cart, so ooh, Ace actually snipes that one there, and there's a lot of low villagers here that Greeky can has to try and keep alive here, and Ace loses the Asabara now. 45 villagers, to 36. So Ace has such a nice lead over Greeky at the moment. And Greeky has probably actually found out about this. So I wonder if he'll punish that because he's already on the Lancers. Still some Asabara in the mix. Spearman in the mix here for Ace. He's transitioned onto them quite nicely. But he'd be careful to not get too many because there can be some bowmen coming out as well. Ace needs to come in and deal some damage with this though, because Greeky is not too far behind at the moment. The 4 Lancers going straight onto these workers, so being punished for the greed here, but at the same time having to come back because there are units in Greeky's base once again. And the Spearman and Asabara just being forced into every nook and cranny of Greeky's base right now. There's 2 villagers going to go down right there, so that'll be quite big. One of them going down, this other Spearman being taken out by the Lancers. But Ace just has a nice bank, while Greeky really starved on food once again. Going all the way up to 5 stables, but Ace just has all these units in his base, so mass Lancers going to come out from Greeky. But he can't afford to do it at the moment. He hasn't got any gardens yet. Hasn't got a good village count. 35 villages to Ace's 59 right now. So Ace really pushing into him quite well. Another hit of this, and I think it might be all over for Greeky. Ace is just really butchering these villages right now. Getting some more, forcing another worker garrison there. So Ace doing everything right now. Greeky unfortunately doesn't have the units to be able to defend, and I think it might be a GG. He says, "It's fine, I'm Babs," earlier in the chat here about a minute ago, but I don't think he realized just how much Ace had. So more villagers coming out from Greeky, but they're just going to go all idle in a second here. So Greeky out of food. Ace is still running around his base. Unfinished houses here. Villagers garrisoning everywhere. There's 12 villagers running onto the berries desperately right now, but these Lancers are being outnumbered by the Spearmen, and there is Asabara in the mix as well, so Ace just has everything going his way. Greeky falling further and further behind on the score. Ace even getting the berries over on Greeky's far side of his base, so Greeky running out of options with food. He's definitely making use of the food gathering upgrades, but no longer hunting dogs. He's just forced onto these berries and doesn't even have access to all of those at the moment. Ace again denying access to the berries. Greeky trying to bait all the units away from the bushes, but it's not going to work, I don't think, because Ace has left some behind to clean up these villages. Single Lancer left for Greeky. I think it's going to be a GG, guys. Greeky being harassed at this other berry bush. Handful of low villagers here. 25 villagers to 73. Greeky, just swallow your pride and GG, man. The 10 villagers forced to garrison again. Ace picking him apart with these Asabara. There's 15 in the mix. So much more production for Ace now. And Greeky once again can't get past the 100 food mark. Ace 28 food gatherers. Greeky 0 food gatherers. Really important statistic in this matchup for the most part, until they're both at mounted archers. It's pretty much a food gold eco and not a wood gold eco in this matchup. And GG. Greeky taps out. There is even 8 tents everywhere here from Ace. Getting the forward towers. GG, well played. And Ace really widening the gap there with his early harass, who's just persistent, finding holes in his opponent's armor, and just, yeah, really ravaged Greeky then. GG. Greeky able to train as many workers, but not able to keep them alive in the end. Greeky down to 18 villagers to Ace's 77, so big difference there.